it's just going to kind of put you in the right mindset for, I don't know, say beating the world #1?
Yeah, you got 4 out of the 5 in the server right now. Electronic is the newest addition to that bunch. Sure, there's a new coach. Sure, that's chopped and changed a couple of times. But right now, tech issues sorted. And we are underway. Round #1. VP, oof, on the attack. Bit with the jump spots. How much did he catch there? Hung around with the bomb making its way up ult middle. Flit in banana, James T stairs. We've got 3 players top banana. Alexi on the bait with Wonderful and JL tucked in tight, but it's Imma to take first contact. He's seen enough. He knows they're coming, and it hasn't forced a rotation just yet. Pivoting into a passive stance. Now Flit investigates.
Oh, he spotted out the setup, but it cost him his life. So sure, information, but you've lost Flit.
Bit, Imma, this is on you now.
Imma responsible for this fight towards the balcony area. Bit baits. Fame, however, does execute Imma. That's a big find and puts the A site wide open. Electronic secures access to the bomb site and should make this retake very uncomfortable. They've got what? A HE grenade. Alexi thinking about throwing that one in from the clear.
That's the thing, you clear that smoke, they could be Bit, they could be Graveyard, they could be Sight, not standing out within the open, so this retake is going to be very difficult now. Jail and Wonderful clearing out middle, going to try and come up that short side, but this is a tough retake to break. You got 1 Graveyard, 1 Sight, 1 Apps, 1 Pit. This is very, very difficult.
With no kit, I mean, this is already petering out into nothingness for NAVI. They poke, they prod, they probe, hoping to see if there's any kind of overextension from Virtus.pro, but they're not going to get anything, and instead will prioritize the Kevlar vests. That's VP's first round in Rio in the playoffs.
I've been dubbing this the Rumble in Rio just by the sheer nature of top teams in attendance. There was no easy games. Some of the big names not even able to make it to the top 6, but the likes of Furia, Heroic, and Virtus.pro, excuse me.
Yeah, what year is it?
Heroic and Furia are going to be in those semi-finals. Now, winner of this game will be taking on Heroic for this the bracket. Later on, Vitality versus Mouse. That's game of the day, without a doubt.
Sure. Very intrigued to see if Mouse can keep going. And for Vitality, if they can shake off their shortcomings.
And whoever wins that has to take on Furia in their home arena. And we know just how loud it can get for the home crowd. And this is going to be a force fight for NAVI. Held on to a bunch of those Kevlars, so we've got a Famous for Bit.
That nade could not have done more damage. Right, lands right square on the crotch of Flit.
I think it's important to note here that Bit also has head armor behind the Famous. So that's been dropped across. He's got the head armor here. So sure, there's an AK in Electronic's hands, but if he takes a joust against these SMGs, he should be able to grab a couple. Norbert, the point man.
An opportunity for that FAMAS to fill the feed, but he's empty-handed after the first. Norbert does go down clean from the 5-7 of Imma.
Bish bosh.
Yeah, and actually, I love this. I love this reaggress. There's no way Electronic's going to have this internal timer. The fact he's here so soon, it could be another headshot. It is! Puts Electronic on notice. One more could do it, and he finds it. Double headshot, double kill. Imma relocates back out Balk. Still has some control. A flash to regain some of that, but peeks into Jame. And it puts us into a 2v2. Where's that bomb going?
Well, it was spotted at least, and through the smoke, JL punishes Flit. Jame now at a 1-on-2. Has information on one of the members.
Bro, he's got everything. Every single nade, every single point of health. And 2 opponents to find. Can Jame get the roar out of Rio? Round 2 doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. NAVI winning that second round conversion. JL and Imma with their powers combined. Those 2 letters with 2 frags each.
Yeah, beautiful work right there. And that's put a smile on the face of Alexi B immediately. So pistol loss into force by win. That's going to feel damn good, and no plant for Virtus.pro. So their force by is going to be very light. But Imma, I love how active he was. Right, it was so premeditated. Everything he did, he was one step ahead. He didn't hesitate, he didn't question, he didn't wait. Did what he needed to do. Now VP will be opting for the force buy back. Flick gets a Galil. Couple of Tech 9s in the mix, a Deagle for Norbert, light on the util. So limited options, and now put yourself in VP's shoes. You have a utility and weapon disadvantage. So if you wanted to offer something fast, it would need to be like a banana rush and you need to catch them off guard. But otherwise, take your time. Bait out the early protocol block utility from the CTs.
What purpose does this short smoke they've thrown out serve? I'm trying to kind of get my head around it. You're so limited in smokes.
Just going to apply early pressure towards A, right? Because a team, if they're going to go for full banana control, maybe they started with 3, you want to draw that rotation back. It's to keep them moving. Also to help try and identify the setup. Tells of utility, right? Steps, forcing rotations. Right now, all 5 ready to pipe their way up the guts of middle. Brackets control being fired for. Imma flashed off and forced back.
Yeah, he's dipping all the way back to library, keep the long range up against these sidearms, but a good Deagle headshot could be the end of IEM. Flash is good, Flash is fantastic, and IEM, he goes down after the one. Info on Bit from that Flash assist. Wonderful, takes that MP9 close quarters for sure. Flit investigates the CT options. Whether Alexi B, crouch peeks through and clears him out, no longer a threat. Wonderful's turn in the sunshine. Can he get his first kill? Cooking! Make it 2 from Wonderful. Comfortable collection and a comfortable round for NAVI.
And you see the bit of a fist pump there from JL on the cam. That is a big round. Now they can relax a little bit going up against what should be the full eco from Virtus.pro, get them a 3-round conversion, go into the first gun round. I think with Virtus.pro, this is a team that plays for the magic number of 13. Right, so we are about to see what type of approach they come with once the gun rounds get underway, how many saves that we'll have to see, but they're going to milk every moment they possibly can out of the game. And sure, things have slightly changed since the addition of Electronic. There's definitely been a bit of a power struggle that the org doesn't really want discussed. You see it in the interviews, the way that James talks about things. Nobody's safe within the team, especially me. Well, he's major MVP.
You have major MVP, James.
And I was just taking a look at their last match against 9Z on this map. On the CT side, it looked like there was a change regarding the positions that Norbert and Electronic were playing. It looked like Electronic was anchoring over towards A, and Norbert was being that B rotator, or A rotator, excuse me. So we'll have to see if that continues or if that was just a one-off for the 9Z game. But this will be one of those slow as you like rounds. Now we have Ancient coming up next, and following that, if needed, will be Mirage. But touching on these two teams' paths so far, I would say that VP... you can only play who's in front of you, but they had to drop down straight towards the lower bracket with a loss to Mongols. Right?
Yes.
Then they took on quite a slew of teams to get here, but it was the rematch against Mongols that booked them the spot.
Yeah, beating Astralis is an achievement, I guess.
Well, it's new Astralis, right? So really, what are we chalking that up to? I think 9Z was in the mix there as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's the run. Coming into this one, I'm still trying to make sense of why Inferno is not a good NAVI map, because I feel like I've cast good NAVI Infernos. Is it just a recency thing?
Well, look, I think that it's a map that if you are having struggles getting things going with the full buys, I think it's harder to pull off rounds with less. I know they just want a full buy, so it kind of makes me feel
but I see what you're saying.
Sentiment. And also, if this is the type of map where, an opportunity for damage there. Still, a few kills. This is not a terrible eco whatsoever. 10 seconds left, they will have to go down. And there you have it, 3-1. This is the, well, there's quite a few maps, actually. When you see the scoreline feels flat and those rounds were competitive, it's going to be so tough within that next half. See it with quite a few phase games. Like they lose the first half 9-3, they lose the pistol in the second half, they force by. It's
just game over.
They'll pack it up, boys.
But then, you know, those games come along and the Deagle headshots get hit. Brokey wins a 1v3 with, you know, Kev and a Deagle. You know how it goes.
Well, let's see what the pace is. Now the guns come out. Wonderful's into the AWP on the CT side. It's going to be the likes of Flit and Fame for banana control. We're going to have Norbert and Electronic working together in unison for second mid halls and boiler control. And then James, it makes sense. The AWPer, without an AWP just yet, is the supportive element. Holding the flashes, ready to set his teammates up.
I'm very intrigued by not only this battle for banana, which you can see raging on here, but the early pressure to mid from a smoke that they throw all the way from second mid to arch side. And that gets Norbert moving towards Abs. Bit as well, active on the angle. He throw out a smoke early towards middle to react to the pressure on arch.
I think it's just a question mark smoke in the sense of, is it going to be a fast maneuver towards A?
Do you waste an incendiary or something?
Yeah, or does it draw your third B player over quite quickly? Right, so you want to apply pressure on either side of the map, but looks like they will test middle first. Wonderful posted up on the short side. Boiler smoked off, limits the options, and might continue to slow VP. Right, if you're going through the motions, you don't want to be taking a fight on middle if Boiler is smoked off as well, because it limits an option to fight from.
Yeah.
And then it just means the CTs can hyper-focus, hyper-fixate on mid. Now, there is no banana control, but no banana info for NAVI. Still holding on to a bit of utility over towards A. And this makes sense. This is prepping for a team like VP, but here they come.
Wonderful has to hit this first shot and get away safely. He actually opts to reposition ahead of the swing, so he has more fallback options. Incendiary at 30 seconds. Fame pushes through it, keeps some pressure on, applies it towards Wonderful, but IEM and Bit, they combine. They catch one on either side. Short and long shut down. Norbert and Fame, no more. Double flash for the pit setup. I like this idea from Electronic, but you can see he's got too many bodies to worry about. How is he supposed to isolate independent duels? Wonderful will catch Flit, and just piece by piece, player by player, they run into this brick wall with the NAVI logo on it.
And that's a huge round for multiple reasons. One being NAVI keep everybody alive. The other, Virtus.pro don't keep anybody alive. So no saves for VP.
So it went eco, gun round 0 kills.
And now what should be a partial investment. Now they have taken a tactical timeout to have a conversation about the approach coming up next. This is the first of the series. And how many will they use within the first half of play?
Distinct lack of real action on B. I don't feel like I've really seen the B bomb site just yet. 5 rounds in, I'm checking the utility damage, and it is light on. No 0 across the board for VP, in contrast to some of the other Infernos we've seen where T-sides are starting to actually kind of counteract and match the utility damage output of some of the CT sides.
Yeah, and look, I think that if you're a team like VP, you're more than happy not to find yourself in the thick of that utility usage. I think that you have a lot of players who can, but that's been the age-old conversation with this team.
Yeah.
Fame and Flit, punchy, in-your-face, very strong riflers. You throw Electronic in the mix, they like to get involved in those moments, but sometimes they're a bit more restrained. They'll kind of ice you out with the clock. They'll force you into these mistakes, not out of boredom, but out of patience or lack thereof. Now, it is going to be a partial investment. We saw the coach there, Passionage, I hope I'm saying that right, replaced Zoma recently. And before that, it was everybody's favorite Dastan, who got, well, repurposed, I think we'll call it.
Oh, that's a really nice one from Imer. Alexi the bait. Imer, he's the one that switches it up, pulls the trigger, and Wonderful does the same. Electronic just went searching out Boiler. This like Tech 9, half by, it's not bore any fruit. Sure, you can have top mid, Navi say. It's all yours. We've got 4 players to respond if you take the bomb that way. It does put some pressure onto Alexi.
Definitely so. Now, just taking a look, he has a smoke to block with, but that's not a wall, as we know. So they will be able to push through it if they feel.
He's calling for JL. He's throwing out his smoke, and little do they know, now is the perfect time. Perfect time for the flash, though. Gets himself across. Alexi's under so much scrutiny. He just needs to live, and he's not going to be able to do it. Oh, he gets both of them on the spray. Will finally fall to Jame, but it's a 1 versus 4, an impossible situation for Jame. He's done so much work at the back of the site there, Alexi. They came running for him. They came looking for a plant. They don't get anything but a couple of kills, or just the one, rather, onto Alexi.
You'll take the kill, sure. You would have loved to plant for a little bit of extra cash. Maybe, just maybe, we would have seen a Jame AWP manifest there, but he's operating with AK and utility. That was the Emma opener. That was the wonderful closer, I would have said. But yeah, the fact that Navi left B a little bit understaffed meant that Alexi had to come up big with 2 kills. But yeah, building a bit of a reservoir now, Navi. That's 2 rounds with only 1 casualty, so finance is building.
It's a good feeling for any CT side.
This might be aggressive, Alex. Wonderful's dropped all his util or didn't buy any. He's gone aggressive apps immediately. And if they investigate forward, they won't find Electronic or Norba on the default. It's such heavy banana, as being highlighted by our ops team here. JL's forward, looking for a fight.
He's ready to biff, turns the flash in anticipation, and only gets the 1. Fame will trade. Incendiary forces them back. They have to respect it.
Staying stubborn with this.
No one active from, you can see Bit, he's positioned himself in a forward position to catch any returns to middle.
But they are waltzing back, and Alexi rotating away as well. Oh no, that's just to pick up some nades. Don't you worry, he'll be returning.
The treats that Wonderful left in spawn for him.
Now this is very interesting. Take a look over towards T-Stairs from VP. They've completely, like, they're worried about pushes.
Yeah.
You can see that concern, but they've also come back and hidden. So if anybody played like top mid for info jiggles, you're not going to find anything. Now they return to Banana. Imma called over. Bunch of util for Imma as well. They can lock them out with nades. This is clearly part of the game plan for Navi. Here they come.
Incendiary is perfectly timed, obscured by the smoke though, and Imma's going to get pushed on. Oh, how has he found that one? Just enough vision! And he fades to black for Fame, takes the head off, double kill from Imma. Electronic stands and bangs, important kill. Oh, he's exposed. The spam can find him, doesn't find it. Imma unable to disrupt the plant, a 3v2 for Jame and Electronic.
You need this one, VP.
Yeah, this is a must win. Just to get your boots on the ground, dig your heels in a little bit. Show you're going to put up a fight here. Electronic, he actually gets hit by the Incendiary, forces him to first oranges. Jame and Electronic are on top of each other. Okay, maybe this reposition is pretty strong. On the pull, in the smoke, trying to whittle away as much time as they can. Wonderful, clears out Jame. Electronic does not have the health to win up this clutch, but a nice headshot. Oh, a chance. Bit gets the necessary frag, and it's still just 1 for VP.
Damn, and that's the pistol round. Force by and everything else going Navi's way, the closest round since. but still it felt like Navi were in the right place. IEM is looking like a man possessed with the type of fights that he's taking at the moment as well.
I don't know what he could see. I suspect his teammates are just screaming at him, he's in front of you, he's in front of you. Like, full flashed. Someone maybe just says, shoot, you're on the radar, you know. Incredible work from him, and the fact that he goes hunting, he nearly had 3 there. I mean, he was looking for electronic.
And that's what I mean, though, the fact that he's been quite aggressive for these fights, and a lot of it just feels like, not that he's forcing them, but when he sees the opportunity, he's taking it.
Oh, look at this.
Same setup. This is the same setup they just did.
So where does Bit, what's like the dream setup? Bit holds this, or he's just sets Wonderful up and then holds the bedroom. Okay, look at that. And then IEM is in Boiler. Good luck getting in apartments as they fight on Banana. Fame flashed off, will go down. Nice trade, necessary one from Flit.
And there you go. That's exactly what this is designed for. If they're going to go for halls and boiler control dry, right, which tends to be the approach most of the time, you get a guy out, they're going to B. Don't worry about that. Pressure on Alexi.
Yeah, he's just fallen away. He has the God Flash. As the God Flash has very little help. IEM is going to be picking up flashes in spawn. Alexi's being held. Flit contacting in. Alexi B's head is going to be visible. Oh, he's a dead man. Flit, high impact for Virtus.pro, has gotten them into the site, giving them their best chance to find a gun round.
3v3 post plant.
They've got so much cash, Chad. They surely give it a look in.
They should do. Smoke for IEM. You don't really want to use that to Banana because Bit's going to come up late. Wonderful. Incendiary could place itself towards the triple box. A flash and go. Bomb almost halfway gone.
Yeah, they're being diligent about this. They're working out how they use every piece of this utility to try and make the pressure too much to handle. Norbert, limited options, stands in the middle of nowhere. James does go down on coffins, but still Norbert and Flit stubborn. Up to the 1v1. Bit and Flit. Oh, just 18 points of health. A quad kill from Flit. Injects some life into VP.
All right, VP. Without knowing it, they've exploited essentially the setup that Navi are running because of so much Banana pressure. As soon as you're able to get an opening incision, at that point it becomes easier to execute. Alexi getting caught off guard by that contact play. The smoke came in, but he just wasn't expecting this fast of a timing. And that will be the first tactical timeout called from Blade. Might want to mix things up. Saw the setup they ran in back-to-back rounds. Now it's about making sure the VP don't crack through the finances. So expending a lot of cash into the rebuy Navi. Blade with a lot to say within the 30 seconds. Virtus.pro now get the AWP into the hands of Jane. Fame operating with the MAC-10. Electronic the same.
The desk reminded us as well that rifling trio,
scary.
It should be. It certainly should be and has been in the past, but for a little bit of a dip in form from Flit, it's very perceivable when you take a look at his stats.
Well, Yanko was talking about this fairy tale for VP that they bring Electronic in. The most important event in their path is the major at the end of the year. This has all just been
powering up.
Yeah, a gradual rise, working out how they want to divide labor, how they're going to deal with the new loud voice of the accomplished Electronic in their team. Well, they're all major winners. Actually, everybody in the server is a major winner.
That's pretty gangster for a quarterfinal, isn't it?
They get their space this time, Norbert and Electronic. This is nice. Apartment's not closed, and the double swing, huge. The MAC-10 at range with the Goosh. The trade is there. Bit stems the bleed.
If he peeks in, though, Norbert, he's just given Bit a freebie. An overextension. He thought he had gained that control, but Bit was so quick on the trigger to make sure Wonderful's death was not in vain.
But re-peeking is on the agenda for Navi right now. Now we've seen it a bit from IEM. Now we're catching it from Bit. You know, we've also seen them trying to ice out, hold on to utility for longer, but also they're not afraid to take fights.
They don't give VP the space.
Oh,
100 damage or thereabouts from the HE onto Fame and Jame. Flit, however, again onto Alexi. What have you got? A headshot. JL does well. Fame does not have the weapon. And JL, glorious defensive B. One more bullet, puts it into Jame. JL, this time triple. In the absence of Alexi, don't worry, JL's on the case.
Yeah, and you ain't saving anything yet again, VP. No ability for James to backpedal and retain the AWP. It might just have to be another partial buy. Loss bonus is in play for VP, but I can see the purchases starting to take shape. And this isn't an unfamiliar place for them to find themselves with a couple of Tech 9s and some AKs, right? This is normally how they find themselves if they save these type of weapons. So let's see what they can get done. 3 players this time round starting over towards second middle. James will join Norbert and Electronic. Flit just selling a standard-looking banana. Half-wall smoke lands, molly top car, apply pressure with spam. This is going to be more direct towards A. Could be on for a wrap here.
XCB can play ahead of that, does opt to play into Moto and has a free, make it 2 frags. A third on the menu. James does manage to get the belated trade, but Flit a free frag, and now it's up to just the 2 of them.
They can get into A.
They should be able to get a bomb planted. You can see the timing there favors James as he gets around the corner in time. Clears out sight, considers the plant. Electronic, not the perfect weapon for this kind of long-range hold. And that CT smoke sows seeds of doubt. James throws the rifle to Electronic. Maybe this could lead to the 1v3. The selfless leader throws the Kalashnikov up to Electronic, and he can't convert. A nice attempt, a nice idea. You can see it's a thinking man's game is Counter-Strike. It's at least when James involved, but an 8th round for NAVI. This CT side is looking rather indomitable.
Great response time there as well. Look at how many bodies NAVI had, and that's even before that arch smoke landed. The fact that Alexi's able, as one of the B defenders, to be out library into Moto, dealing with these opening 2 kills. I think that NAVI are looking hyper prepared for this matchup against VP. I like the little details. I like the fact they're happy to take fights, but also they're reading the game. And Alexi getting fired up about that, and understandably so. That's 8 rounds to your name at this point. You could walk away with a 10-round haul at the half.
And you lost the pistol.
Exactly.
It's 8-2. NAVI lost the pistol.
And they're going A heavy again straight away. This time they're going to waltz up middle and second mid simultaneously. And this one's quicker.
Yeah, this is direct. I mean, the smokes are in the air, but Norbert's ahead of them. So he can just take this space. At this time, no one's there. Imez disconnected. Alexi's still on the site. It just falls to Wonderful and Bit. And Bit already passes his first test. Wonderful getting overwhelmed from either angle. Focuses on Flit and a chance. But a very quick headshot from Flit. A nice pace change has led them to a plant. Dangerous game to push that arch smoke, and now more smokes landing towards Moto. This is where I start asking Chad, is it time to whip out the abacus and give him 3?
Yeah, it might have to be. JL has enough for a residual buy. Wonderful as well, and now JL falls. I think that'll sign the notice that this round is definitely Virtus.pro's. And I love the pace of that. They've gone for essentially the same call, better weapons, but straight out the gate. I'm not thinking or calling the bluff. This is something that I think that, look, from our perspective, we have to call it a gamble. You'll see it on the CT side as well from VP. They always tend to have the stacks going on, but it could just be James inside the matrix plugged in.
I mean, the fact that he's had the audacity to just say, let's do the same thing again, straight out of spawn. Alexi won't be there this time. And he wasn't. They started 3B. I mean, he's definitely called himself into a 3rd round.
And that's just as I was praising NAVI for reading the game quite well. So the mind games, how quick it can chop and change. You can see Wonderful, it was tough for him. I think he wanted to be the player having to deal with the arch side with the AWP from side. That meant the Bit would have needed to be back pit to deal with Torch.
Right.
So the positioning not there. Wonderful under a lot of pressure. His scope would have been heard in sight as well. And a shake of the head there from JL. Final round, first half, M4s across the board. No Wonderful AWP. And this time starting 3A NAVI.
Let's see if James still plugged into the matrix, as you put it. Alexi has the flash con for JL to call for an extinguish and go. Yep, trying to catch him by surprise. JL cut down. The smoke spread too much. Gray screen for him. Flash telegraphing the aggression.
Now an over-rotate from NAVI. Now, whether or not it's an over-rotate will be determined by the ending.
Yeah, it's either brilliant or the opposite.
Now, I don't think you want to block anymore if you're NAVI. You kind of want them to come in. So Bit still with the smoke and this molly. If there is a threat, I feel you probably want to use it to extinguish instead. And VP have more than enough utility to go for a full set piece. CT, coffins, mollies galore, but essentially dry swing.
Completely ahead of it. Flit trying to get early info, loses his head. Now it's a 4v4. They've lost their advantage. They're still committing. The util, the swing, Alexi B1. Overlooked perhaps. Yes, Bit baited in. Oh, the beautiful team play. Alexi sets up Bit for success. 9-round haul on VP's map pick.
push.
They will go now, A.
I'm running on Vegas.
Valera, swing with me.
I'm running it.
Wait, don't take up. Let me play, Valera. Play. First box. One more. Banana. Nice! Nice, boy! Wait, they didn't see you guys or what?
No. What the fuck? No, they saw two. They saw two only.
VP winning a pistol and coming through with only 3 rounds to boast after their attacking side on Inferno. This is their map, this is a quarterfinal, and they're up against world number 1 NAVI. VP Rio is supposed to be good for them, and it has got them this far.
Just fast.
Charging straight towards the VP defense on B. This is Poppy, the whole team, the entire NAVI roster behind that smoke, and it seems they've been forced to respect it. Wonderful got brought low, and they cut noise and turn tail.
Oof, all right, calling the cancel there, and they put everything they had into that. Now they have to reset and do it with just the Glocks. They won't beat U2 as part of the finish. They did force a bit of a rotation from VP, who have been struggling with opening kills. They would love one on the pistol round in the CT half. Only 3 to their name so far, but back and forth we go. I told you Jane loves these gambles. Going to roll that dice. But this NAVI, they're not sleepy, they're not tired. The group stage games for them are formality. The playoffs where they do their absolute best work, and they are looking for a 6th grand final in a row. And if you look at the pattern, this one should be a win. And if second or first, well, right now, gold is what they're looking for. Bit! Chance to the side of the head. Norbert gets him, and yeah, that is a bit of a face palm for poor Bit. But it was Norbert. That's information in itself.
Electronic has actually nailed it. He's alone here, and he's managed to repel the first.
You need a plan.
He's hitting every shot. Electronic, the one-man army. Can't disrupt the plant. NAVI will at least get that, but a pistol, surely too much to ask of these two. It's just JL. It's just JL. On that graveyard position, a clean click for the first, converted back by Norbert. And VP, both pistols here on Inferno. I would argue this one necessary.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying just before we got into the match. When you see certain Infernos ending up with 9-3 halves and you lose the pistol, your choice is Force Buy or Eco. Well, most of the time you're going to go for the Force Buy to make sure the game doesn't get away from you, and then you lose that.
And then the game gets away from you.
Away from you. But the bomb goes down. Does that manifest in a NAVI force? Well, I don't know if I like this decision from VP to take a tactical timeout off the back of winning the round, because you've now given Blade a free opportunity to have a conversation he might not have otherwise wanted. Now we'll see, because the buys are starting to manifest, the piece of paper is out and the mouth is moving. But Passionage, is there a reason that you've called this? Do you feel the force buys are destined to happen anyway?
I mean, yeah, from the outside looking in, Blade used that much more than the VP's coach for sure. But I mean, when you take a look at the guns, once we get back into the server, which we are about to do, I don't know. I'd definitely be leaning towards the VP boys. They've got 3 M4s in the mix.
Yeah, and sets of head armor on, well, at least 2 of those M4s and 1 for Fame on the FAMAS. So that's one of the keys right there. And if you keep so many players alive on the pistol round without damage to the armor, you get those nice little cheaper upgrades. But we see, well, more like starter guns, don't we, for NAVI? Some Deagles, Tech 9s, and some Mac 10s in the mix. A smattering of utility and a forward stance on middle for the likes of Electronic and Norbert. Jane rotating back in time, U2 at the ready. But this is going to be a classic Alexi B Apartments waterfall by the looks of things. Norbert back of pit, has a smoke to work with. Electronic on porch, Jame Arch, and guess what? Flitz joined as well. Blocking with the mid smoke. Here we go.
Edges closer. Norbert, now would be perfect time for the smoke. It might force the SMG to start commit. No, Norbert gets nothing done from the pit position. Electronic next victim swung upon, and now awkward. Jane boosted up, finds himself a little bit of damage, unable to convert. What a nade! Oh dear, VP sent back to spawn. NAVI. Oh, they're taking it with 4 alive. Flit running to the hills to save an M4. And NAVI, after losing both pistols, win both second round force buys.
And they might take it all. Flit gives up his position. JL screaming exactly where he is, low on HP. They're going to try and run this one down. But that HE, when we catch it in the replay, it looked like it was in slow-mo.
Jane watched it and just, you could see, or he could see, his imminent demise. Flit going to hide out on the sandbags. For NAVI, I mean, you know, you've already won. You've already won the round. 3 kills from Immer, 17 total from Immer. He's having a great day in the office. You can keep the M4 Flip. We're aware. 1 rifle. coming into the next round.
And this is great CS from NAVI, and especially IMS. 17 kills to his name. This is the world #1 in the server right now, and they might get an opportunity to take on Vitality in that grand final. Now, sure, both of those teams starting in the quarterfinals, but both of those teams playing the best CS that we have across the board at the moment. No Spirit in attendance. FaZe going in the right direction, but still unable to get past Mouse. Mouse will be a conversation for later in the day, but winning here in Rio would be a great way to change the dialogue around Mouse. They've been on a bit of a downward slide recently, but it's all about NAVI.
It's a nasty death for Norbert. Throw out his smoke. Just a headshot angle and a very good MAC-10 frag.
He was the only player within the team that did not have head armor.
Oh, you're right. And it was the double MAC-10 ding.
Yeah, you see the goosh come through. You're paralyzed at that point.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, NAVI can put things in now. You get past this force buy around the saved M4. You put yourself just a few rounds away with VP's money in the bin. And right now, it may as well be there. Flit investigating top banana. Timing not on his side. Dinged up, not run down. Oh, JL, he's got different opinions. Let's call this one done and dusted, shall we?
That was hideous. NAVI got full control of B. Bomb will be scooped up now. And delivered over towards that wide open bomb site. Electronic, this force by his armored CZ. I mean, Bit may very well go down, concede the FAMAS, but the round is NAVI's.
Yeah, well, Imma's thrown the bomb across so he can stay and contain with Bit. So Bit in boiler and halls, making sure the CTs can't push by that magic line drawn in the sand, and Imma's not too far behind to help him with middle. So information, and you want to take everything away. And I feel it's a clear directive from the coaching staff. Oh, Bit! Today to come in and fight. We were having this conversation in the break. It just felt like every opportunity when NAVI spotted VP players, they thrust forward and looked for fights. Do not let VP play within the fog of war. Don't let them have the map control advantage, because VP's the type of team who will just sit top banana for 45 seconds because you're respecting that they have the map control and members elsewhere to deal with it. James now noted and dealt with. Immet grabs that, and no money for VP. You know what we might see from VP? And this is because Flit didn't buy anything behind the saved M4, he might just go silence M4 armor again. So at least they have something to work with and force buy, because this is more than desperate right now.
Yeah. I mean, second round conversions from NAVI have really broken VP.
You come into a quarterfinal as a massive underdog and you win both pistols, and you're going to walk away with potentially only 4 rounds.
My skin gets hot and clammy just
Feels
thinking about it. Yeah. He didn't invest in the rifle, so we're going to see what I affectionately refer to as the Fnatic stack, or at least a variation of it. Oh, well, not like that. Try again.
Stay on the box, all right? If you can't be on the head, you get a little bit spinny.
Yeah, just like that. Perfect. And Job, there's some info for JL. He'll go down. It's worked out lovely. Did think onto wonderful.
Run.
Get the hell out of there. Guys, using the extinguisher to try and chase wonderful. So they might leave with 2 rifles here. Bomb's going A. Wonderful. Oh, empty-handed. Good movement. They convert what James had started.
Give it a go. Like, you've got 2 choices right now. These rifles in the next round would be great, but you haven't had many opportunities to win rounds. This is a 5v3. You've got a chance. You
need one more, right? Like, you need one more clean, like, double dink from them 4. A P250 swing in a corner. You need one more to make this round feel like it's within reach. But you've got to get past Imma, and he's about to peek into 2 of them. Fane can't do it. Down to 21. And Imma, okay, he should be dead now. Another player does damage and doesn't convert. Well, VP, they'll just try and get away with what they can. I think the M4 and AK have been recovered. Yeah, James gets his fingers on that and gets out of the dodge. Norbert trying to maybe stop these save. He will probably.
Imma's dead, but the other
down.
Two live.
Boing.
Well. Wouldn't a 13-4 victory wash away the bad memories of Inferno for NAVI?
Most definitely. It isn't for VP. Their Inferno's been looking like one of the strengths they have in their arsenal. Not particularly commonly played, just 3 maps in 3 months.
Yeah, well, they've tried to pick into a weakness of NAVI today. Up next, we have Ancient. Now, VP did win Ancient yesterday against the Mongols.
Alexi, this is the perfect example of what that half-wall smoke can facilitate, and Flitz boosted up! A chance! A trade! And a 4-on-4 to start. Fame isolated, but Bit will catch the aggressor. Towards apartments, Electronic goes down. Now they start to just turn up the heat on Fame. This one man, oh, and he gets away with murder there. Fully flash, he delivers, and he gets himself a second as well.
1v3.
In there in the clutch. Accelerates into the B-bomb site, will get chance to plant with that smoke up. Norbert and James to keep Inferno going. Ime with 21 frags total to clutch to close out a 13-4 on VP's pick. He's determined to make this the last round on Inferno is Ime. Norbert taking his sweet time. James, procedural bomb, ticking away. Time-sensitive mission, he has a Molotov, he pushes up for James! Through the smoke, and now Norbert, smoke on the bomb will get him nervous. Ime can overplay his hand here, takes the hit! Ime gets the job done! He's got a hot date tonight and takes it as quickly as possible. 13-4, map 1.
Noted NAVI. They came in ready to fight, ready to tussle, not to give over any space, not to step back but forward. See if that continues here on the T side. CT smoke lined up there from the likes of Wonderful. Double donut set up for the A defense. Cave contact possible. JL on one side, Electronic the other, and Flit close by. Feeling them out early, Navi. Not a default spread, but still have information points all across the map. No push so far from VP.
Smoke's in the air, CT smoke, that will be the first cue as to what's up. James, how do you react to this? JL pauses, happily just lingers, waiting for that exact fight. Electronic draws first blood in the pistol.
Well, opening kills few and far between for VP on map number 1. That changing right here, right now.
James extends their advantage. It's going to be 3 for 3 in the pistol department. Looks that way. It's taken shape. It's only Alexi. He'd love a plant. Trying to get some use out of his Molotov. Perhaps he could try and punch in the code. Oh, there's no way. There's no way. From behind, he goes down. Or was it actually Fame from the donut position? But either way, VP, 100% success rate, Chad. But you know what we really need to watch?
Second rounds.
But I think they might have a good shot in this one.
Especially because that bomb didn't go down. So regarding the force buy, I think it might just be a Navi eco. This was the opener. You can see the pressure towards A. JL's hoping for an aggress, but instead he has to make the move first. No movement came his way. Seemed awfully quiet. And the energy is something that would have been the main conversation for VP. Hey guys, come on, like what was that? We put ourselves best foot forward starting, but unable to convert anything. We need to come in right here, right now and show what we're capable of. And it has been a rough time for this team since coming together. Been more missed than hit. But a big hitter like Electronic, you thought it would have brought even more firepower to this team, but having a tough time meshing.
Can I ask a stupid question?
Go for it.
Why isn't deep elbow and B doors like thrown every round by CT sides on Ancient? Because people can be ahead of it as well?
Well, look, going for full press on this map is, I think, one of the best ways to open if you don't want to allow a team to establish their default early. The downside of that is if you're playing against a tactical team, one that doesn't necessarily rely on the individuals as much, Navi are going to have more than enough options to get back into the round, because those smokes, we're going to get a farm on A. Hope you all enjoyed that. Those smokes, right, you think about it, you throw it from spawn, okay, then you replenish elbow and you replenish B doors. You have one smoke left. Let's say you replenish B doors or elbow again.
And there's probably still a minute on the clock.
Yeah, okay, I'll just retake things late. Like, yeah. It's fine. Like, I think as an option, if you know a team is going to play heads-up CS and fight for map control early, I think it's great because you're turning what is essentially an advantage for them with the space being taken into more of a 50-50, right? Timing and flashes and dodging around the mollies and smokes, it can always be difficult. I think it's one of you know, the preferred methods of taking map control, but I don't think it's essential every single round. It also depends on your setup, right? You don't always have to play the full press.
Here is the full press. We get the double smoke, elbow, and B doors thrown out to start. NAVI's leaning heavy A to get out of the gates. James actually gets himself across for early info, and he says no one's through. Oh, well, not anymore. JL down, Fame catches him. First gun round for NAVI, and they're going to have to play a post plant on A. That's if Electronic allows them. He is in Donut. Will have to be pushing the smoke if he wants to disrupt. Throws out an incendiary and does push through. Hyper-aggressive from Electronic, and he gets his kill. Now, the bomb did go down. Alexi at least did that with his last dying breath. But it puts Wonderful and Bit into dire straight. A 2v4, grouped up now towards Temple position. James should hit this shot every day of the week. Somehow he's jumping as he connects, but Wonderful. He's got something here. Something could be said about this one, but denied. Good work from Norbert. Defuse comes through, and VP weather the first gun round.
One of the best rounds we've seen from them all series long. I know it's early stages with their map number 2, but that's solid signs. That's what you're hoping to see. And the opening kill for James is great. The response not available for Na'Vi. And then the open bomb site does permit the plant, but not a follow-up buy. There's a room for AKs and Galils, but I wonder, does Blade require his team to have all the util? Here's the opener. Actually, JL pivoting out of that smoke, and Emma caught as well.
Like, it's very fundamentally sound the way they started that round. JL gets caught. Pieces fall into place. 6-0 right now for James.
Yeah, if you can win the next, here it is.
Oh.
Full press again. Flit aggressive.
With door smoke there, I mean, that was a fight he could most definitely have taken. He chooses
that's the bomb.
not
That's the
to
bomb.
Immick. Doesn't realize how close to death he was.
Well, it's because his teammates are in A. Like, look how entrenched already Alexi is.
They threw 4 smokes from
yes,
the
they
start
did.
of
It
the
was
round.
Donut Red and Donut other side and CT. So, Alexi, look at this space. Hello. Stick your barrel out.
Oh,
see it.
Oh, but it's held. It's held.
Dear.
Oh, that's frustrating for Alexi. Info.
Some variety, sure. 2 players donut, but you don't have anybody to capitalize off top of that.
You've got Norbert solo, like playing retake B.
You might get another plant.
Yeah, that's if people can stop dying for a second. Bit going down, and Norbert should catch someone on the search. It's actually
Yeah,
JL's
he's
rifle,
something.
yeah. They get across, but at what price? Look how much damage has been inflicted. All 3 of them walking with a limp. And JL last to fall. This is clean from VP, 4 in a row.
And good team-based Counter-Strike late there. That flash coming in for the pivot. Great work. That's what you want to see, them playing off one another. Yet to frag are JL and Alexi, but a slow start. Let's see if Na'Vi can get back into things. The bomb goes down. It was already going to be a full buy. I think the fact that all 5 stay alive is fantastic news for VP. So already starting to forget about what happened on Inferno.
Yeah,
if they can win this map and take it to Mirage, their Mirage is decent. Right?
Anyone's game?
Look, Navi's is great, but I think VP can definitely challenge.
Well, yeah, just a distinct lack of frags right now. 5 frags total for NAVI, 4 rounds in.
All right, red smoke again.
Mid flash for Imet. And Flit's not blind. Oh, yes, Flit gets away with murder. Takes down Imet, untraded. And now Bit readies himself to try and provide some pressure towards the donor position. Thinks twice about it. They're actually both relocating through towards Red Room.
Well, understandably so. Look at the setup. Fame and James were hunkered down on A. So they were expecting Na'Vi to try and just exploit the A gap like they were able to do in the previous. But they haven't. This top mid smoke from the T's is bad. It's actually got gaps.
Wonderful has the bomb. He's going to have to be really careful, because if he dies with this, the round is over. Oh, my catch and boosting. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful with 2. Lovely timing on his peak, but the bomb is lost. And James holding for this legit position. If you come peek in heaven, Bit, you're a dead man walking. Alexi goes down. Trade is there. Bit gets away from the James angle. Peeking back into it with a missed shot. Red Room, though, should find it. Norbert with his second. JL yet to frag and a chance to do so. Oh, that's the JL signature one-tap. James is next victim, and he clutches up to get NAVI on the board.
Oh, you get a snapshot of that radar. Every single body dead in middle within that round. That was a biff, that was a brawl, and it didn't start well for Na'Vi whatsoever. Missed smokes, but a JL clutch bails them out. JL and Wonderful in combination with multi-kills get this one done. And look, I love the proactive nature from VP, but they've overcooked here. Stepped. That one's tasty from JL. And look, it appears that VP had the same conversation that NAVI had before map number 1. Let's fight.
Yeah.
Let's take these jewels. Let's get stuck in.
Well, stuck in is Immet, and stuck in is Electronic. Look at this mid-fight, yeah. 2 out mid. Electronic pokes his nose, and Flip punished. Whoa, 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 what is going on? Jame pushes down the ramp. Flit catches the cave push. JL lining up to try and catch Jame returning to cave angle. Molly forces him back into sight, and there's push on Donut as well. This is crazy.
This is massive.
Oh, Immer's cooking. He's in the kitchen. And the gaps are, starting to show, starting to hurt. Electronic goes down.
Knows Fame's the A player, so nameplating right now, aware of the A main push as a possibility and ready for Fame to pivot back in, but he's tucked, he's hunkered down, he's waiting with this MP9. Bit and JL will have to clear him out.
They are acting like they know exactly where he is. This is going to be really tough for Fame to do anything with an MP9 and a Dream.
The lobby? Yes, one is pushing a lobby, he dominates. Inside the lobby, come Donut, please, Nick.
And there you have it. He was bang on the money. Imez Cool locks it in, and the round will be Navi's.
Well, info and a massive play from Immer, taking liberties.
How does he know he's got no nades? Just infers it from the finances of VP?
Did he say he was dropping nades?
Oh, maybe. I thought he said, like, he's no nades, he's A main. Either way.
Yeah, he's got all the info necessary, doesn't he? But knew it had to be Fame, right? Look,
yes.
I know we've seen some funky setups from VP so far, but Fame being that A anchor gets rumbled, and now it is just Jame with the AWP. So the conversation, if you're Navi right now, is we should at least send 1 or 2 bodies to look for this. If we can take the AWP out of James' hands, that's a massive boon for us. And look, together, paired up. Wonderful and Bit. Bit sacrifices his life to take the space, and Wonderful running him down with the Tech 9. Knows he needs this kill, but doesn't want to give his AWP over. Buying time. Clock ticking. Bomb going to go off. James got another, but the molly's there. JL and Emma as well. They want this AWP. They want James. They want everything that he's got, and they're going to get it.
Oh, I mean, quite literally backed into a corner. What's he supposed to do? Just staring at the wall, jumping. Had nothing else. Nothing else he could possibly do.
Well, that's the difference between what would be a massive trap going into round number 7 and what is just going to be a couple of pistol upgrades for VP. So Navi, off the JL clutch, make good in a follow-up round and clean the board. That's something that if you can do against VP, you always should.
How are they finding? So Alexi's found it, and Emma has found this gap, this mysterious gap in the VP defensive.
Now, look, this could be the prep, but I think that there's just a sheer confidence that Navi is showing with the individuals, which is allowing a few of them to play off-leash.
Right.
And they also found an opening kill before that over towards B lane. I think Flip got caught pushing out Cave. So you're expecting them to rejig. We've got a P250, a smoke, and a 5-7. That's the investments for VP.
Has he got an extra util? Is he faking this? No, just the one smoke.
Hold them in place while the rest of his team clears out A main. And Emma already has so much forward pressure over towards red. This is a key position. It can be a little bit threatening because at a moment they could come out cave behind, they could swing donut through. But if they rotate, then Emma will be able to get all the information with the sound cues. And at a certain point, you can see he is worried about more than just the red push. JL's here to help him out.
This is textbook from Navi. Oh, JL, another tap. He's looking zoned in right now.
It's very small, like micro details right there, but the way those overlaps worked, right? So JL gets there, then he can cover ledge. Emma understands, he moves in, now he's tucked to red, doesn't have to worry about donut anymore. Just those little details.
But like anyone returning from B to A to attempt to be present is going to be held.
But it's something that you see some of these teams doing now. I think that Liquid is one of them. They like to get the AWP into red room on some of these T-side gun rounds, because if you can get the AWP in that position, it's like B doors dust 2.
I was thinking
right?
the same.
You're really making it difficult for those rotations, and lots of teams love to do full mid sweeps. So if you lose mid control because of a donut smoke and a red smoke, they're going to retake 2 players through donut, 2 players through red. And if you have a rifler and an AWP in that position, you know, with maybe a player ledge or elbow in middle, something like that, then you can really deal with the way that the CTs want to clear out that territory and win on fights. But right now, VP will be fighting back in with a buy round. So they took the eco, the purchases now come through, and the crowd not loving this because they are Jame fans after all.
Yeah, well, Jame and his team are doing better on this map. Well, actually, they're doing the same. I was Inferno right now.
They should be doing better.
They will be.
I don't imagine at this point it will be a shutout.
No.
Oh, they missed the ledge molly. That's a big deal.
Yeah, facilitates Electronic to be tucked in this corner. Bitman's going to overlook it completely. Yep, I had no idea that was possible. So Electronic profits. Jame, yeah, he's being hunted. In hot pursuit is Alexi, yet to frag. The two leaders clash towards A main, and Jame will go away unscathed. Still 99 points of health, he's good. And an uncomfortable situation for NAVI to find themselves in, a man down with very little map control. You've got laid. I suppose that's all you can boast.
Yeah, but right now for JO and Emma, they're probably on high alert that there could still be players tucked up close middle, you know, ready to jump up. Or, oh, the spam back. JL, try your luck again.
Bogdan's Law puts the AWP into JL's grasp. Wonderful work with the rifle, given the health.
Electronic should be good for a kill. There's a molly on Wonderful, but he's not there to throw it. So Electronic can activate late or not get cleared.
Missed shot. Actually, Imma gets away with one, but Electronic had his chance for the double. He dinks up Alexi, and JL and Alexi working with just 30 points of health combined. It's not ideal. It's not looking winnable for NAVI's final 30-second foray. Heading over towards B. Angle held on long side. Too many angles to clear. JL, what can you do? Both of them low HP. You'd love a bomb plant, but you can't get past this line. Drawn in the sand by VP.
The loss bonus is there, but maybe a save from NAVI in that situation, playing for future rounds. It's not the end of the world. They can't buy again, sure.
It did feel like there was
It felt very hopeless.
Yeah.
Like the way in, it didn't even feel possible. And that will be a tactical timeout call from NAVI. Blade's opportunity to get activated, and same as Mr. Passionage. So let's see what they have to say. Well, actually, we can't. But you can see the mouths moving. So if you can lip read at home, let us know. But yeah, so the missed ledge molly, Bit needed to be aware at that moment that it was a possibility. Right? You'd prefer to have a set lineup for that where possible so that it spreads properly, but we saw it just miss, and that allows Electronic to get up.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be frustrating. Slumps down in his chair.
Well, yeah, because you taking map control is predicated on your teammates landing the utility correctly.
To set you up so that your flight path is like ironed out. You know what is possible.
Exactly. You want to limit the amount of possible issues that you can run into.
Well, or just to inform your pre-aim as well. He had no idea. Mid seems to be the focus. Look at this. Imet running straight into Electronic, and it's going to be a double opening.
They really wanted to win that, and I know that sounds like a redundant sentiment, but it's the fact that they had two players in T-spawn flashing. JL, can you find anything? They're set up for this. You're going to walk into your demise. It's a three-man trap, and you're dead. Snap shut, Alexi and Bit. They go down as well. Well, Bit in a moment's time.
What do we have here, Chatty B?
This is a competitive half.
It is a competitive one from VP.
And the money now in the bin for NAVI. The loss bonus for them going 2,400 into the next. They are going to have to take a bit of a partial unless Bit can win a 1v5.
I would love in the replay to see Electronic's POV to understand how when two people flashing, he had vision and it looked like he was in the opening. It wasn't your typical like anti-flash donut swing. So I'd love to know whether it was bad flashes or a nice anti-swing from Electronic. But all four staying alive for VP. Fame the only casualty in this one.
Alexi's still yet to frag. So let's see if he can get activated, get on the board. But yeah, they had a player left and right.
Yeah.
And you like to do that. You like to especially have the player on the right flashing, because what a lot of CTs will do,
He's anti.
playing anti like on the timing.
What a game.
So deep out in towards middle. And it's likely his teammates are flashing as well behind the box. That's a very standard approach too.
Isn't it called the Jame flash in most teams?
Yeah, right. But with that situation, you get the right side flashes from spawn for the Ts so that it flashes the CTs that dip into donut.
Run boost or straight in and escorts JL out. See you later, mate.
No issues with opening kills on this map, unlike Inferno. That was such a problem for VP.
Firing out some very lethal bullets is Fame's M4. And yeah, good luck, Alexi. He's going to have a go. Punching in the code. Denied by Electronic. And so just through sheer repetitions, this Ancient, they've been forced onto it a lot. Now, by no means has it been fantastic, but in Rio, they've actually started to turn their luck around.
Yeah, indeed. So sure, they lost to 9Z, but Astralis and Mongols probably victories there, and close victories, filling them with some confidence. But before that, there's a whole lot more red within the column, and that's why when you just take a look, if you're on HLTV and you're looking at the win percentages in the last 3 months, you think this is a weakness. Look, statistically it is, and VP tried to do the same with Inferno against NAVI, so neither team landing just yet, but 5 still possible.
Oof, terrifying.
For NAVI.
terrifying for JL. It's just aggression from the CT side all over the shop. IEM this time has some room to maneuver out middle. Clear from James, actually mishandles that, yeah. Does he really want to push through this? I like his idea. James throwing out his own smoke so he can focus on the pressure that's coming from A main, but IEM sees that as an invitation. He'll take that smoke push. James goes down. Alexi B contributes onto Fame. Lovely double to get them into the site. Now there's nothing really in the form of a retake. DP might just want to take the AK-47s through. 3 AK-47s for the next round of play, the final round of play.
Yeah, and taking a look at the finances, there will be enough for the buys. So having these weapons in your hand is a nice little advantage, or I guess leveling of the playing field should probably be the better way of the framing. But just yeah, James knew what was coming, right? And he didn't even die to the lurk from IEM through Donut. So just a couple of nice shots for NAVI to breach in towards the A site. But this has been quite a tussle for that mid control, and I do like some of these moves that we've seen from VP on the CT side, grouped up, something a little bit, not with the mid plays necessarily, but like three players pushing top B ramp that early to isolate JL. Like, there's some different flavors to their CT aggression at the moment. But as just mentioned, 5 is more than workable for NAVI on this T side. I think 4 is doable as well. There's Alexi's second kill, and a tidy one onto Fame. This time it will be the timeout called from Virtus.pro. And understandably so. I like the timing of this one, right? It's the final round of the half. You win this, you put yourself in an 8-4 advantage going into the break. Get into the second half, win the pistol, which you've had no issues with so far within the 3 played. Conversions, and you're in touching distance to taking us to Mirage. So I'm glad that we've seen things turned around with a competitive matchup on map number 2. But this is the thing with NAVI, right? This is what they play for, the arena games. Group stages, as mentioned, a bit of a formality for this team. They're only used to being in grand finals, but stage matches, the high intensity matches, this is where they do their best work.
5 consecutive?
Yeah, looking for 6. I think it was spring finals a loss to Spirit. EWC they won over G2. Cologne they lost to Vitality. Pro League they won over EF. Fall finals they lost to G2.
Oh, and IEM has opened up the account in middle. Wonderful catches the A main push. Flick completely overlooked. A lazy clear from Bit.
But B's clear. They don't know it yet, but as soon as JL starts to investigate up the ramp, the timing, the window, it's closed.
Just got there in time. Okay.
They know it's B.
Yeah, so they've definitely solved the mystery. Norbert trying to block, but I think he's going to be tested. Gets away with 1, can't do 2. IEM with an AWP no less, picks it up off of Wonderful. Uses it to great success.
James T-spawn flank 1v3 clutch with the AWP. All right.
You know, when he does when he
Alex
goes for them, Chad.
Well, he has to.
Exactly. When he goes for them, he's pretty good at it. James known to be able to clutch, but no smoke grenade. Incendiary HE flash, not ideal for the defuse. Oh, hello. JL catches a whiff. Still no, they don't. They don't hear the scope. So JL's a sitting duck. No smoke grenade. He's hoping he could find one. And down before the incendiary can bloom. A chance there, but 7-5 is workable. As Chad Birchall said, we're going to swap sides. We'll be right back. We'll find out if we need map 3. America, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. Quarterfinal day, we've got the arena open to the public, and fans are here to watch as NAVI and VP duke it out. Rather disappointing, I'm sure, for the fans and for the VP fans, which seems to be plenty here in Rio, as a 13-4 scoreline on VP's map pick. They were unable to get the engine started. A different story, map 2, NAVI picking into Ancient, seeing it as a weakness, but with a 7-5 half, perhaps not for VP.
Yeah, got their bell rung and have woken up. Let's see if they can win a 4th pistol.
Don't say that. I mean, you're right. It's just a stat. But to have won every single pistol would be crazy if they were to lose out 2-0.
Bit and wonderful on the A site. Norbert to sell something over towards B, being highlighted now by our obs team. Alexi, he'll be the closest point of rotation to either site. Wonderful doesn't move Bit either. They're not biting down on this fake.
No, they've got the positions necessary. Wonderful does confirm it. Oh, Bit! He over swings that, but still has the aim to back it up.
Good shots from James.
James a double kill back. Fame plants the bomb. James exposed by the HE clear. The fact they've got a HE is crazy. Imma through the flames. It's up to Norbert now. Where's the bomb? They get on it. Norbert, a main. He's got a 10-second defuse. Alexi's calling for help. The defuse is on. He's confirmed it. He has to peek deny with the smoke to cover. And it will be a NAVI pistol. Their first in this quarterfinal. And it comes in the 4th half of play.
Well, they definitely identified that late rotation in Norbert due to the fake had to still be a country mile away. And I love that defensive smoke. Once spotted. Get on the defuse, Mr. President. The smoke lands. There's no way that Norbert stops that 1v3. Great shots from James.
It's a different round. If that bomb goes down uncontested, instead that HE, it gives them so much. A kill onto James and like the green light to push. And it just falls apart for VP. So yeah, an interesting, quite a technical pistol, trying to fake out B, contact A. Heaven smoke, so that's an interesting deviation. We didn't see that from NAVI.
Yeah, I think with the Heaven smoke, I like to throw that if it means that you're just going to go for a B execute.
Right.
Because if a team plays full press mid, 2 players are negated from the round or have to push to the gray screen. And then, well, hold up a second, we might have a bit of a fight.
Oh, fight we will. Alexi B and Imma, though, are perfectly positioned to deal with this. That's scary. That's very scary for Electronic. He gets run down by the MP9, and he had the best gun in the round. And James just behind a smoke, helpless.
I feel that they misplayed that. Like, from exactly what I was saying, if you're going to throw the Heaven smoke, you want to fortify the B lane early because you remove that ability for them to jump up.
So their mistake was respecting the B door smoke.
Yeah, and look, it is risky, but you're on a force buy.
Right.
You're already taking a bit of a risk, and you have Tech 9s, those closer range duels. Imma did oblige and push through the smoke. So I think I would have liked to have seen VP play ahead and get that control if they were opting for that option. Now the bomb is down. Bit has made sure there's no rotation point back. James is looking for damage. Sure, he's doing well in the stat department, 16 kills, but I'm not sure how impactful these will be. The next round will have to be an eco.
He's never one to give away his life without a fight. Wonderful does oblige.
Yeah, okay, well, NAVI should be taking the lead in this second map of play now that it'll be the Virtus.pro eco as part of the follow-through. If they really wanted to be crazy, which I have to keep these options always open when VP's on the screen, is Flip could drop an AK, and they could run a AK-47. But not to be the case. Some light upgrades, P250s, a smoke, a flash, and they've gone for the Heaven smoke again. This time they're getting the B lane control early. So you want to break this, and they will do. Oh, it's deep again. Into B they go. Let's see Alexi and JL into the death funnel. Just going to farm them up. The MP9 and the A1S doing all the work it needs to. It's a little bit sketchy. It's a little bit worrisome.
I'd agree. I was a little nervous just seeing JL in the open, flashed with 2 Tech 9s running at him, but
the proof's in the pudding. All 5 staying alive.
No problem.
All right, well, a bit of pace to this T side so far. See how the gun rounds simmer forward. Virtus.pro, full investment. AK-47s across the board. No AWP in play for either team. Standard opener, cave smoke, red smoke. Not playing through it is Imma. Just going to harass. pops open for the clear. Nobody home.
Oh, they're really, really putting the thumb screws onto middle. Alexi makes a bit of a meal of that, but goes down all the same. Norbert traded out by JL. Flit through cave. Wonderful, overlooks that potential. So nice catch from Flit. JL's going to be completely isolated to defend this B bomb site. Has to fall back off of the incendiary. And ooh, wow. Hang on. That's a big duel to win.
And the bomb's in Narnia.
Wins out mid. Pressure from cave, but no bomb. Oh, Flit's out. Spotted out.
Look at him push. Look at him go.
That's ridiculous from Immer.
And Fame, nowhere to be found. On his own solo mission on the other side of the map. Might get a kill. Onto Bit, spots him out, knife in hand, trying to get that extra bit of pace. And now he can grab the bomb.
And where does he go? I mean, they know that the bomb's not on B. They're checking all the bodies. They can't seem to find it. Now scooped up by Fame, and he's going back to B.
I like the call from Fame. I understand, because they would beat you on rotation. Oh.
Oh, he gets JL completely lackadaisical. He had no idea. Now Fame has to work out where Imer's coming from. He's got 25 seconds to solve this mystery. This could be a huge clutch quarterfinal on the line, but it's just Immer. He's always on the move. He never gives you time to think, time to plant, time to play. Immer brings the fight. Fame's looking the wrong way.
I love seeing the confidence from Immer within this series so far. It's been really nice to see, just backing himself and again, never giving VP any room to move. 2-round differential now, and this is beautiful, isn't it? Immer, I thought he was just going to push on through, but knows his lineups. Sure, Fame making this somewhat interesting. JL giving himself over, but it's information for Immer to work with. Partial buy. 4 towards B, Fame middle. Bomb outside the doors.
Well, this might be more what you were talking about, Chad.
Exactly.
You take cave. Next challenge would be onto Alexi, and there's no one to support him. JL's running as fast as he can, but Alexi's got a lot to do. A lot on his plate. Flit. Oh, doesn't clear him. A free frag, and now JL provides the support, so no trade from Electronic either. Oh, nice find. Electronic stubborn about that. He pays a heavy price. I think Alexi hit the dink. And now delivers an M4 to the healthy Jame. JL and Bit responsible to maintain control of this. Immer arrives as well. Could sweep through and peek behind those flames, but Fame finds Bit. And Jame, oh, he gets away with murder there, Immer. Down he goes, up to JL to defend ramp, forces Norbert back. And JL just racking him up. Frag by frag, a second found onto Electronic, low HP. Wonderful, going to run as fast as he can to account for the potential slip. Looks like he's going to arrive just in time, running donut with a bomb in his hands. And spotted. Should pull the trigger on his head, but taking his sweet time about this. Wonderful! Goes down! One hell of a headshot from Norbert. This could be the clutch. This could be the clutch to get VP back in the driving seat. He's up against JL, though. Has to be perfect, and JL saves him. The 1v2 denied, 10 rounds found. NAVI in pursuit of a 2-0 to secure the semi-final.
Right, that's a little bit lazy into B there. They know that JL's the B long defender, and I suppose they're expecting him to play a little bit more of a retake setup. But
yeah.
There were so many bodies getting thrown into cave. I don't know. Either way, this is it. So JL swings out. He's aggressive towards cave, and then, yeah, well, before that he was tucked into sight, right? So that was just a partial investment for VP. So they actually get a lot of value for money. And a decent attempt from Norbert. They'll be happy with the plant. It's actually going to be the second tactical timeout called from NAVI. So Blade, knowing they're just 3 rounds away from getting this done, booking themselves a semi-final against Heroic tomorrow. Be only the second time they've played Heroic this year. First time this season. Heroic, one of the surprises. I guess alongside of VP and Furia. But for the likes of Furia, VP, and Heroic, they all enjoy it in Rio. You look at their past history here, 2022, 2023. Heroic have been in back-to-back finals.
Something about Rio and Heroic. And Virtus.pro.
And And Furia.
And Furia, all of which have once again found footing. IEM could lose his head, and does to Norbert. Trying to return fire was bit, just a couple of bullets through that red smoke, but they've conceded mid, they've lost control of it. And Electronics trying to profit from it. Gets himself deep into red room, early doors, 1 minute 30, and JL's holding this passive of an angle.
They have to push A main because the map seems very small right now, NAVI, so Bit is emboldened to take this space.
He's quick, isn't he? Seeing it from the POV of Fame, how quick that headshot's found. Puts us into a 4-on-4, and they regain A main. James hoping for an overextension from Bit. If they cut noise long enough, maybe he goes searching into the AWP or into the Norbert AK. Okay, that's a nice way to find a response just by hurrying up and wait.
So they're transitioning back over towards B. So Electronic hasn't moved a muscle just yet. Wonderful is starting to head but
Electronic's going to be kicking himself.
yeah, indeed. Well, Wonderful will be there to help out Alexi on the site just in time.
Oh, this gets awkward for VP now. You had the 4v3. You have to convert this, but you have to get past Alexi B. The smoke obscures Wonderful's assistance. Alexi tucks deep into Cubby. Oh, the util. Wonderful with 20 seconds left. He can just molly the plant. Norbert fakes it out. They don't clear their corners. It's just messy from Virtus.pro. 15 seconds. You have to plant. There's no one to cover you. Good clear from Flit. 10 seconds. Someone needs to be punching in that code. James is that guy. Gets it down. And Flit quicked on the flank. They're not looking at this pod potential just yet. James distracts, flash through. Only JL. Have they really recovered this? Playing a dangerous game. A couple of seconds to spare, but hang on a second! JL! It was always JL! Comes through with a 1v2. Virtus.pro gonna be bubbling with rage.
Back-to-back rounds, JL coming in clutch, and that one's going to leave a mark. VP, it felt like a classic James round.
It did.
The clock ticking down against all odds. They had pulled it off somehow. JL says, no, not today. 11-7, NAVI in the driver's seat, yet to drop a round. 3 consecutive now with just one player staying alive for this defense, but still spotless.
Rio didn't like that one very much. They want to see that VP fairy tale once more in Rio de Janeiro, but NAVI are making a strong case that it ends here in the quarterfinal. Electronic to test once more. 3 opening kills, 1 opening death for Electronic. Flit the opposite. 3 times he's conceded that opening death, but he is a space taker.
Very measured pace within this round.
Ooh, timing on that, just as Electronic started to move, just as his fingertip touched W. Bit activates. The bomb's A main.
Look how far forward Flit is.
A main.
They know that he could be in because of the smoke, so this is all a fake, and it's worked wonderfully.
Oh, and it's even more sold by the fact there's bodies behind the smokes. This is nice. VP, despite the man disadvantage, if he could just get one, make it a potential for 2. JL, 3 HP, now the penny drops. Boys, it's A.
If Emma starts moving, though, he might get caught in transition by James, who's parked in cave for some reason.
For some reason. I guess the reason is they don't have to worry about Donut, but yeah, now they don't. Fane gets it, James can control
I think
it.
There has to be a save. I think they have to, because you have 3 consecutive rounds with just one player staying alive for NAVI. Your finances are on the ropes. You don't want bottom of the barrel loss bonus. If you hold on to these guns, both JL and Alexi can drop into the next round and you can have a full buy.
What made that so convincing on B? The double smoke, the Molotov previously, like on the pistol, it's just been one set.
There was a retake set up on the B site from NAVI.
That helped.
They were playing behind the short and the long smoke, so they didn't have information. And then the kill secures it. So the fact that they pull a fake off in a pressure environment like this, it's not the first time we've seen VP try something tricky along those lines. But this time, they're able to get away with it. They do allow NAVI to save, so those drops, as mentioned, will be passed out.
Interesting, yeah. Immediately you see James win the round, reach for his notes, and call attack timeout.
Yeah, because I wondered, do you want to run a fake again? Like, you don't have to be so tricky. I did enjoy them taking the pace out of it because, as we discussed within the first half, if a team is going to do double mollies mid or elbow smoke and door smoke, they're also doing B lane molly. They're also throwing the HEs in. So they go through so much utility early within the round. Look, I'm not sure. Again, like when you put NAVI in this teetering position, if you want to take a timeout and give Blade the opportunity to adjust as well, that's the first round his team's lost on the CT side. So Alexi gets to confer with the boss man. But this is VP's way back into this game. They win this round and they clean the board. NAVI will have to take a force and then an eco, and we're all tied up. They might opt for the save because the first round loss bonus just came into the bank balance. So I take that back, Alex. Look at this.
LexiB takes it forward.
Not the first time they've tried that.
Trade, nice from JL, even catching some damage through the smoke on doors. Imet flashed through. Completely destroyed by Electronic. Nice self-flash from Electronic to get himself situated into red.
Chasing their tower right now, NAVI. They've got no idea what's happening within this round.
And the next target here for Electronic is Bit. Oh, what? Bit misses his chance. Now the jig is up and the headshot's found. Electronic's having a big one here. He doesn't want to let this one slip away. A must-win round for VP, and as you said, chasing their tail. The bomb's heading B. Wonderful perhaps gets a freebie. Yeah, back of the head. James did not catch the scope. And the reaction's interesting. So Electronics burrowed into A. He's saying, boys, there's no one here. But
I don't like this for VP.
No, the path back to A is terrifying. You don't know anything.
They're worried about everything. They're giving over sound cues with defensive utility to elbow.
It's so telegraphed. They know exactly what's up. Maybe Electronic can save him. He's going to get cleared out. Wonderful. Best to hit the shot. Oh, man, a missed one from the AWP. On plant going to be interesting. JL takes down Nor, but this is falling through their fingers here. Wonderful still has an AWP on Donut. Electronic's a dead man. They give him the bomb and say try. Try and plant, but they're both here. And he's just going to give it a go. Wonderful peek through, a comfortable collection. This is messy. 9 seconds. James just has to bring the fight. And Wonderful does not miss. Doesn't buckle under the pressure. It's a 12 for NAVI. 4 opportunities to knock out VP to secure the semi-final. NAVI versus Heroic.
Damn, it's close. Out of the last 5 rounds of play, the rounds NAVI have won have all just been one individual surviving. So they are being pushed, they are being tested. But as you mentioned, they are almost there. A great round from Wonderful. Have to talk about JL's impact on this map as well with those back-to-back clutches. 20 kills for him. Inferno was Imma's map. Ancient is JL's. And is this it?
I think there might be a twist or two. Imma doesn't seem to think so. Gets away with 19 points of health and aggression towards Flip, pushing out Cave.
They've done that several times, not just with Imma, but Alexi as well. They're really trying to isolate that of Flip.
Bit didn't catch the push through. His back is turned. Norbert's got a real opportunity. Directly underneath him.
Has to make a sound.
What's going on here? Oh, no way, Bit. Completely pants by him. Oh, and now Norbert's gotten away with it. He's actually gotten away from the AWP.
But Imma's low.
Oh, and Imma goes down. VP has taken the A site. Norbert and Electronic have gotten them away into the round and now denied. In pursuit of denying the plant, JL goes down empty-handed. And there's nothing here for Alexi and Wonderful.
Just not the weapons for the job. JL trying to swing out at that range with the MP9. Wonderful removed by James AWP. And let's make it 9 for VP. Well, now that conversation I was having earlier about the force buy into the eco, as they are going to try and remove it all. The Finn being chased. Norbert removes that and grabs himself an AK-47 for his troubles. This one's still got a couple of rounds left.
Oh, I wouldn't complain over a cheeky OT, but is it too early to be saying those letters?
Well, let's talk through it again, right? So this likely to be either a force or one of those rounds where, you know, you chip in. I think NAVI, they might play it more conservatively than some of these more star-studded rosters would expect, because you want to save a little bit of cash so that your gun round in 2 rounds' time is everything. If you shove now and then eco next, go into the final, you're going to be very... Yeah, so they've kept a little bit of extra cash here. So I like this. They're playing knowing they need just 1 round. As you'd hope.
I think they can count.
It doesn't matter what the score reads at the end of the day as long as 13's next to your name and not the opponent's. But imagine if they get it done on a eco.
I don't think VP or Rio would like to imagine that.
I'm going to say it's not impossible.
No, I'm already getting a weird feeling. The fact that Electronic, he does get himself a double though out mid, might relieve some of that pressure. Bit did find Flit with the bullet.
Well, you know that JL's a B defender. You know that Imma is a mid defender. You know that Wonderful is the rotator.
Yeah.
There's your information to work with if you're VP. But you also know they only have pistols. So how does that change things?
I mean, just a nice direct approach with some trades. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, simple execute. Remove a couple of these angles.
Don't, like, contact up ramp and get double killed by Imma's 5-7. That's the one thing you shouldn't do.
They missed a piece of utility.
That's not ideal. Imma doesn't get the headshot that he's so desperately sought after. JL just the one on the body shots. Wonderful's 5-7 looking deadly for a moment. Put Norbert on notice, just 1 HP for him, but just that pistol buy, economical. Up next.
Now it'll be the full save. So we will go the distance. Scoreline should read 12-11. In about 1 minute and 55 seconds time if we want to milk it for all it's worth. A flash in the hands of JL. That's all they have to operate with on the Navi side of the server.
You've never seen $200 used this effectively.
Wow, that's the clickbait title on the TikTok right there.
There it is. What boomer titles on TikTok. Oh. Nasty nade onto Imma's face. And they've got no resistance mid. There it goes. And doesn't do anything. Norbert has full vision, unloads his magazine. It's going to feel great. 4 kills. Sprays them all down. Give him the ace. Norbert, an ace in Rio de Janeiro. And the Brazilians absolutely adore it.
Oh, will that be his last good memory here, because it can all end in 5 kills time. 2 years ago, lifting the major trophy. Now you fast forward, you're an underdog up against the world #1. Your map pick, you got blown out. Ancient up next as a punish. And a Blade tactical timeout to secure the final round for NAVI.
How do you not get into your head when your opponent has got his on-match point and the most highly regarded coach in Counter-Strike takes a timeout? How do you not get into your head of your VP? You've on the mic as well. You're on the T side, though.
Maybe you turn to Electronic and you say, hey, you've dealt with this guy before. You've won a major with him before. What can you glean us? Well, I can tell you, final round, poor Alexi B has to operate with an MP9. Let's see. Do NAVI keep the stubbornness? They've had a lot of duels where they just want to push through the cave or Heaven Smoke and try and isolate Bit over towards B lane. Bit and Imma, sorry, Flit, not Bit.
A lot of early util. Look how many smokes, flashes thrown out to try and get Electronic out mid, and he will. Red not cleared. Electronic finds him in. Oh, through the smoke, Bit finds it.
Huge trade.
Massive trade. Despite a missed smoke from VP, it's a 4-on-4. Bit has kept NAVI in it to win it in just the 24th round of Ancient. A missed Red. VP, they're off kilter, they're wobbly. They're missing some fundamentals, and it should have led to the death of Jame. Bit lets it go. Wonderful catch fame on Donut. Now Jame posted for the JL surge, and JL has managed to best the AWPer. It falls now onto the shoulders of Flit and Norbert. Holding the smoke is Alexi, and he's going to catch him walking through. Only Flit remains, and VP's hopes of replicating in Rio hang on one man's shoulders. One man to keep the dream alive. Up against 3. JL goes looking, JL searching, JL finds it, and VP knocked out of Rio. They cannot replicate the dream run. 2 years on, and it's NAVI that hit him with the left-right goodnight.
Just locked themselves in for a semi-final matchup against Heroic in pursuit of their 6th consecutive grand final. NAVI are the world #1 for a reason, and they put that on display here today.